Jeremiah Spoon was wondering if you can expand on getting girls to lean in more and what that rhythm kind of looks and feels like.
Um, okay, let's see if there's a way I can explain that without without being too analytical. And it's hard to explain something that you almost have to see, and sometimes. And some of this stuff you almost need to see. So it might be good for me to bring in a model and do some demos of this information and have them play back and forth. But in old pickup lingo, they would call that IOIs, indicators of interest, and investing. There's different ways people would say it. But what happens is a woman will start to, like, let's say for example, a woman's sitting in front of you, and I say something really simple like, "Hey, where are you from? You got an interesting accent. Where are you from?" And she says, "Oh, I'm from New York." That's not very much investment, is it? Now she could say, "I'm from New York." "Oh, where are you from?" Still no investment. She asked me a question, but did you notice the tone and the kind of the head shake side to side? Not much investment. And she goes, well, let's say she goes, "Oh, I'm from New York, and I just moved here like a month ago. Are you from here?" And she starts to lean in a little and starts to look into your eyes a little deeper. That's investment. She starts to giggle and laugh a lot in front of you at stuff you say. She starts to stand a little closer to you than she maybe does other people. You can feel her energy leaning towards you. Even when she looks away, you can feel her kind of glancing at you or feeling you from the side. She's starting to invest in you. When she's looking away, she might be side glancing a little bit. She smiles and looks down sometimes when you look at her. We have a video series, sex signals. There's one that's on the YouTube channel, has 5 of the sex signals, and there's another product if you want to buy it. It's not that expensive. It has 20 some sex signals to kind of show women showing interest in guys, investing, leaning in. I'm talking to Yaz during this whole video about all the different ways women invest and what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what's going on inside them. I think that's a powerful product for you to understand this better. But do you see what I'm talking about here? There's little bits. She might be curling her hair, but she could also be twirling her hair and disinterested and bored. So you got to be able to feel the difference between those two. If she's twirling her hair and leaning into you, and you can feel this sense of excitement, that's one thing. But if she's twirling her hair and kind of off in the distance, that's another thing. She also might be nervous and looking away a lot. You guys take that as disinterest, but she's actually just shy. And if you take 2 or 3 minutes and talk to her, she might open up and start bubbling up to you a lot. She might start asking you a lot of questions. You crack a stupid joke, like one that's not even very good, and watch and see if she laughs. Grab her hand, see if if she squeezes back unconsciously. A little squeeze back usually indicates interest. Put your arm around her and see for a little bit, just kind of slide your hand on her back and come back if you're in a bar, and notice how she feels. Does she lean into it a little bit? Does she pull away? It's all these little energies like this. That are at play. Is she have her legs crossed when she's talking to you and doing this kind of number where she's crossing her legs? So there's lots of stuff like this. And but it's not literally the physical behavior. That's part of it. What you want to look at is the level of turn on. And you can feel it in the body. Feel the turn on, the excitement, the openness. That's really most important, because if she shut down doing all this and her energy's pulling this way, you might be reading it wrong. I've seen girls turned on for the guy over here, and the guy over here thinks it's for him, because they're clueless, or because guys aren't picking it up well. So this is something you got to go out and practice. Another way you can practice it is go out and watch guys and girls in bars interact, on dates interact. Start to notice, is this girl interested in this guy or not? Can I tell if she's interested? Is she leaning in? Is she showing interest? Is she not? Is she pulling away? Is she turning away from him? I've seen girls on dates with guys that are totally being bored, and I've seen girls totally leaning in. I've seen guys totally bored with girls while the girl's leaning in. You can see it all if you start to pay attention, and it will teach you everything about what you want to see with your date. Eye contact. Is eye contact solid? So sometimes if the eye contact's really solid and she's smiling a lot and leaning, that's really good too. Does she touch a lot? Some girls will start touching you a lot. Little things like this. So check out that product. It's called Sex Signals. Make sure, can you put that in the description? Okay, put that in the description if you guys want to see it, click a link to it. It's not that expensive. It's a great product for understanding this stuff a little bit better. But those are some good examples. And actually check out the video. There's a video with me going through 5 of them with Yaz. It's a very popular video. Should be easy to find. Do we know the title on that video?
The original?
Yeah.
5 signs.
5 signs. She likes you.
Yeah.
5 signs she likes you. Look that one up. And that'll give you a little bit more insight. You'll see some information in there. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for being on this call. We'll be back here next week as usual. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and tell all your friends to subscribe. Make sure to share the video if you think it's a great video and you think it could benefit somebody. I'd appreciate some shares because shares are always awesome. Make sure to comment. Let me know what you're learning, what you're not learning, what you want to learn more of. Try some of this stuff out that we've talked about and let me know what happens with that, because we do read this stuff. That's where all these questions come from. They come from, a lot of them come from these comments. And remember, only the confident really live. See you in the next video.